Hello everyone. So today we are going to implement this effect. So as the game starts, let me stop and play. As you can see here, when the game starts, the world is invisible and around the character starts appears along with the character. And as the character moves forwards, you can see the world appears around him. Like this. See? And we can actually adjust the radius and all the parameters. So if I detach from the player, I can change these parameters, how much of the word is revealed, and also the smoothness of this edge, as you can see here. See, so we have so this is what we are going to work on today. So how to smoothly fade in the game world around the character. Let's see how to do this today. Here is the demonstration again. Right, and this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for the support. Okay, so this landscape is from the Fortnite style landscape material and grass material tutorial I did a while ago, and this is what I'm going to do for this experiment. Right, so first let me open the landscape material. So this is the landscape material. This is cross node. Let me put this aside. Right, and this is all we have here. So we just right, so in order to make the landscape fade, so actually I think it would look cool if the sky is dark. So let me make it darker. Oh yeah, this is dark, kind of blue, but it's alright. And here I'll make this landscape material, instead of opaque, I'll make it masked. So we have this opacity mask option available now, and here I'll use the temporal a material node. So using this, we can make some of the areas disappear. So let me connect the output of this one to the opacity mask. So now, as you can see here, already this is somewhat transparent. So this transparency is based on the value, the alpha threshold value. If I to explain you it better, let me promote this to a variable parameter. When it is 0, this is fully transparent. When it is 1, it is non-transparent, as you can see here. Okay, so I want some particular area around a point. Only that area I need to be visible. All other areas should be masked out. So to do that, I don't need this. Let's get the world position, and from the world position, let's get the distance to a particular point. So let me promote this one as a vector parameter. Location, I'll just call it location. And now I get a distance. So if I divide this by some value and connect it to alpha threshold, let me call this ts radius. Yeah. No, not divide. We calculate the distance, then we subtract some value from this distance. I'll call it radius, or rather visible radius. Okay, let's use 1000 here, and here it's invisible, and shader is compiling. So as this location, it is, by the way, 0 0 0. Now 0 0 is somewhere like here, and you can see now this circle around the 0 0 location is masked out. So right, and the same thing need to happen to the grass as well. So we can improve this effect actually, but before improving, let me cut this, and here let's define a material function visibility radius. Right, now I'll paste the part that I cut from the 𝐿andscape fade material and connect it as the output result. And let's use this same visibility radius material function here. Where's the output? Okay. We have to apply. Right, and I'll connect it to the opacity mask. And similarly, we have other two stuff, which is grass, the grass material, and these objects. So here, let me open them grass and drag and drop this same visibility radius, and here we already have an alpha mask, so I'm gonna multiply it with the result of the visibility radius. So we can, same as the landscape, we can mask the grass as well. Let me close it. See, now this whole area is masked out, and we have to do the same thing for this material as well. So let me just drag and drop, and I'll convert this to masked. Right, now if I move this object closer to this area, it should mask out. See? Okay. Now instead of having a sharp edge, how do we make this little blurred, like smoother transition? So for that, we can do something like this. Let's divide this by another parameter. Let's call it edge smoothness. So yeah, and let's use a value like 500. Right, so now we have a smooth transition area instead of just going from fully non-transparent to transparent. And this should be reverted. Actually, this area around this point should be around the location should be visible and other area should be masked out. So that's what I want to happen. So to do that, I'll first clamp this in between -1 and +1 to not to have any extreme values, and multiply it with -1. So we can simply inverse these values. Let's see. Right, now you can see only a small area is visible. So now if I increase this visible radius, you see the area is the area that we can see enlarges. See? Great. And also if I change the edge smoothness, you can see how the edge changes. Okay. Alright. So now what I want to do is instead of now here it uses the location 0 0, and around the 0 0 we have this area revealed. Instead of doing it like that, now I want to use the player's location, and around the player the area should be revealed. So to make it happen, let's define the materials and textures material parameter collection. I'll call it MP global, and here I'll add a vector parameter. Let's call it player location. Right, and also add another scalar parameter. Let's call it visibility range. I'll use 1000 here, and another parameter, let's call it edge smoothness. By default I'll leave 500. Now instead of this location, let's use collection parameter and select player location. What's the error? Float 3 and float 4 are undefined. This is float 4. Okay, let's do a component mask. Right, now only we get a float 3, and instead of the visibility radius, let's use visibility range. And instead of edge smoothness, let me duplicate this and use this edge smoothness from the material parameter collection. Now it should look same, should not have any difference. Yes, as I said, it is same. Oh wait, oh, something is wrong. Well, I'm not sure actually what happened there, but what I did was I just disconnected this and disconnected this visibility radius and reconnected it again and applied, so then it works somehow. Right, let me change and see if anything goes wrong. No, it seems fine. Okay, right, maybe previously I had connected this to another output, I'm not sure. So yeah, anyway, it is working as intended. We can increase or decrease the range as we please. Right, now in the third person character, which is this one that I use here, let me open it, and in the tick, where's the tick? Oh, we don't have. It's okay, let's add tick here. I'll update material. Here we can use call set material parameter, set vector parameter value. Here as the collection, choose MP global, and as the material, choose player location, and as the value, let me split this. Oh no, get actor location. Can we just connect it? Yeah, we can. Right, now let's play. And as player moves around, you can see the forward area is revealing. It's a cool effect actually. And we can make it even more cool if we do something like this. Here in the begin play, let's add a timeline. Fade in. Play from start. And in the update, so wait, let's add the float track here. Time initial value, let's say 0 by 0, and let's, yeah, the length of the float track is 5 seconds. Let's add another key, 5, and what's the range we need? Let's make it 1. Okay, to right. Add another key. Okay, now we can get the time value here, which changes from 0 to 5. And let's use the same in the update, set scalar parameter value on the MP global, and as the parameter name, I'll use visibility range. As the value, so this is changing from 0 to 1, but I'll multiply this with the value like 600. Right, now let's see what happens. Okay, I think the initial process should speed up a little bit, but let's try 1000. Cool. And we can do one more thing. As this fade in happens, let's update the edge smoothness also from actually I think it would be better if it decrease from some value. So let's use float minus float from 1000. Let's subtract this, and here I'm gonna clamp this between 1000 and 75. Right, now let's see. Not good enough. Let's multiply this by 2000. Sorry, problem is not that. Problem is here min should be 75, max should be 1000. That's the issue. Sorry. Okay, so what's next? Let's add this effect to the character mesh as well. So since we have developed a material function, we can use it, but normal blend. Okay. Oh, this is a little bit different. We don't have a this is masked. Let me break this and use material attributes. Break. Okay. Right, now here let's drag and drop the visibility radius. And multiply it with the opacity value we get from the previous node setup. Okay, let's apply. Oh, it's still compiling. Oh, here we have a error. What's the error? Oh. Right, so actually to fix that issue, what all I had to do is disconnecting some of these ambient occlusion and pixel depth offset and world position offset nodes. I think that's the error came because in these other materials, those nodes are not used, so maybe that's the issue. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, here is the final result. The character also appears, and as the character runs around, you can see the world appears. Like this. Okay, and if I select this sky and enable these colors determined by sky, and yeah, it looks like this. Still the same, but I think the darker version looks cool. Alright, so with this I'd like to stop this episode. And as always, project files will be available for the download through Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. So thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.